After a deaf hiker fell 600 feet down a mountain, a rescue helicopter finally spotted her wrapped in a sleeping bag. As they got closer, they realized she wasn't alone. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like and share this video with your friends. Undeterred by her disability, Amelia Milling, a deaf 21-year-old Rochester Institute of Technology student, planned a 3-day solo hike on Crow Pass, a 23-mile trail in the Chugach mountain range of Alaska. On the second day of the hike, the deaf Tennessee college student hit some snow, fell, and broke her trekking poles. Then one wrong step caused her to fall over 300 feet down a hill, crashing into a large boulder before she was launched another few hundred feet down the mountain. "I felt like I was flying," Amelia recalled. When she landed, she was bleeding and bruised. Her first thought was that her dream vacation was over, but she'd soon realize that her situation was much worse than that. Amelia had plummeted 600 feet down an icy mountain, and although she had somehow managed not to break a single bone, it would still be a challenge for her to find the path by herself. Then she realized she wasn't alone. "He showed up suddenly out of nowhere. I thought he was a wolf at first until I saw the bone tag," Amelia said, recalling the moment a white dog appeared. The 7-year-old husky, who she would later learn was named Nanuk and affectionately called Nookie, was wearing a silver bone-shaped tag that read, "Crow Pass Guide Return to," with his owner's address. But the dog would help return the human to where she belonged, not the other way around. For the next day and a half, Nookie refused to leave Amelia's side. "He gave me the motivation to get up and walk another 7 miles, Amelia said. "If he didn't show up, I probably wouldn't have gotten back up and kept walking that much," she added, referring to Alaska's version of Lassie after Nookie helped rescue her. Nookie led Amelia back to the trail and continued hiking with her until nightfall. Amelia set up her tent and invited Nookie inside, but he seemed to prefer the great outdoors to the small tent. Amelia expected Nookie to be gone in the morning, but when she woke, the faithful husky was still there. "I realized he really was sticking with me when he greeted me in the morning when I unzipped my tent. He had stayed the entire night next to me," Amelia recalled. "It's a good thing he did, because the hiker was about to get in big trouble at the Eagle River crossing, a freezing, fast-moving river fed by a glacier. I attempted to cross it twice with no success. On the second time, I fell and the water really pulled me," Amelia said. "I was stuck in the water for more than 15 minutes until Nookie bit my backpack and pulled," she recalled. Although Nookie managed to get Amelia out of the icy water, she wasn't out of danger. Hypothermic and dazed, Amelia jumped in her sleeping bag to stay warm. It was dry since she had put it in a garbage bag in her backpack before attempting to cross the river, but Amelia wasn't safe, and Nanuk knew it. She thought she was going to lie there until she recovered, and then she would sit up and kind of gauge where she was at. She just wasn't recovering. "The dog kept licking her," Amelia's mother, Sharon Milling, explained. Amelia wanted to warm up and try crossing again, but Nookie wouldn't leave her alone. Luckily, his persistence paid off. "After a while, I took the spot, satellite messenger, out of my pocket and then put it on the ground next to my head. When I did that, Nanuk went into circles. That's when I realized that I really was not okay and that he was telling me to press it," Amelia recalled. "I'm telling you, the moment I finally pressed it, he stopped acting crazy, walked a few feet away, and took a nap. I don't know how, but he knew." Amelia stayed huddled on the side of that river for several hours after the SOS button on her spot device alerted Alaska State Troopers and sent a message to her mother and sister in Tennessee. She struggled to stay awake, but numbness and tiredness eventually overcame her. Finally, troopers in a helicopter spotted her wrapped in a red sleeping bag. As they shook Amelia awake, Nookie was curled up beside her. Amelia was checked out at a medical center in Anchorage, and Nookie was taken home. "I was definitely pretty floored. It sends chills up my spine when I think about it. I certainly didn't train him to do anything like this," Scott Swift, Nookie's owner, admitted. "It's a pretty powerful feeling that this dog had this instinctual ability to want to go help people." Amelia Milling spent time with Scott and the dog she credits with saving her life as she recovered. Nookie was spoiled with lots of treats and named an honorary Alaska State Trooper for his heroic efforts, but little did they know, this wasn't a first for the free-spirited husky. According to Scott, Nanuk often disappeared for days at a time and returned home with hikers or skiers he met and traveled with along the trail, hence the reason he engraved the dog's collar with the title Crow Pass Guide Dog. After Amelia's rescue, however, Scott realized his pet was doing much more than keeping hikers company. The dog, who Scott had rescued at an Adopt-a-Pet event in a local Walmart parking lot, had made it his life's mission to rescue others. Nookie had saved 3 other hikers, and Scott said he kinda wouldn't doubt if there's more out there, so he started a Facebook page to find out. Within days, he heard dozens of stories, and there's sure to be more as Nanuk continues to take solo adventures on Crow Pass. Just in case he's presented with the opportunity to rescue another hiker, the husky has been fitted with a GPS beacon on his collar. With a free spirit like that, I feel like I'd be keeping him in jail if I kept him tied up, Scott said. With such a heroic instinct, Nookie's ability to roam free isn't just a benefit to him, but to all those he encounters. If there's any doubt how lucky Amelia Milling was, the rescue crew had been on 2 other search and rescue missions in the previous 24 hours, but both of those hikers had been killed by bears. Amelia's still undeterred, however. She wants to finish hiking Crow Pass, but next time, she hopes to do it with other people as well as Nanuk. Amelia Milling's story is not just one of survival, but also a testament to the bond between humans and animals. As news of her incredible rescue spread, many people were touched by the bravery and loyalty displayed by Nanuk. The story of the deaf hiker and her unexpected guardian became an inspiring tale that resonated with those who heard it. Amelia herself was overwhelmed by the attention, but she remained humble, giving all the credit to the dog who had appeared just when she needed him most. In the days following her rescue, Amelia reflected on the experience and the lessons she had learned. She realized that while her determination had gotten her far, it was the intervention of an unexpected friend that had ultimately saved her life. She began to see her encounter with Nanuk as more than just a coincidence. It was a reminder of the interconnectedness of all living beings. This realization brought her a sense of peace, even as she recovered from the physical and emotional toll of the ordeal. Nanuk's story also took on a life of its own. The Facebook page that Scott Swift created for him quickly gained followers, with people from all over the world eager to share their own stories of the husky's heroic deeds. Some hikers recounted how Nanuk had guided them through difficult sections of the trail, while others spoke of the comfort he had provided during moments of fear or uncertainty. The tales were all different, but they shared a common theme. Nanuk had a unique ability to sense when people were in need and to offer his assistance without hesitation. As the number of stories grew, so did Nanuk's fame. The dog who had once wandered the trails unnoticed was now a local celebrity. News outlets picked up the story, and soon people were traveling to Alaska in hopes of meeting the famous Crow Pass guide dog. Some even altered their hiking plans in the hopes of catching a glimpse of Nanuk on his patrols. For many, the chance to meet him was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, a chance to connect with the legend. Amelia, too, found herself in the spotlight. She was invited to speak at events and share her story with others. Each time she recounted the details of her fall and subsequent rescue, she emphasized the role that Nanuk had played in saving her life. She hoped that by sharing her experience, she could inspire others to push beyond their limitations and to recognize the importance of companionship, whether human or animal, on life's journey. Despite the newfound fame, Nanuk remained the same free-spirited dog he had always been. He continued to roam the trails, guided by an instinct that no one could fully explain. Scott Swift, who had once worried about his dog's wanderings, now took comfort in knowing that Nanuk's adventures had a purpose. He knew that as long as his dog was out there, hikers on Crow Pass would have a guardian watching over them. The relationship between Amelia and Nanuk did not end with her rescue. She visited Alaska several times after the incident, and each time she made it a point to reconnect with the dog who had saved her. These visits were emotional reunions filled with gratitude and affection. Amelia would often bring along friends or family members who wanted to meet Nanuk and thank him personally. For Amelia, these moments were a chance to give back, to offer her appreciation to the dog who had given her so much. Nanuk's story also had a profound impact on the local community. The people of Alaska, who were already known for their resilience and connection to nature, found in Nanuk a symbol of the spirit of the wilderness. Schools invited Scott and Nanuk to visit and share their story with students, teaching them about courage, empathy, and the importance of caring for others. The dog became an ambassador for the region, embodying the rugged beauty and the deep sense of responsibility that characterized life in Alaska. As time passed, The story of Amelia and Nanuk became a legend, passed down among hikers and outdoor enthusiasts. It became a tale that was told around campfires, a story that inspired those who heard it to keep going, even when the path seemed impossible. For many, it was a reminder that help can come from the most unexpected places, and that even in the most difficult moments, we are never truly alone. In the end, the bond between Amelia and Nanuk was more than just a story of survival. It was a testament to the power of connection. It showed that no matter how vast and wild the world may be, there are forces at work that bring us together, that guide us when we are lost, and that remind us of the goodness that exists in the world. For Amelia, her time on Crow Pass was a journey of discovery, not just of the trail but of herself and the incredible capacity for kindness that exists in the hearts of others. Amelia's story continues to inspire people around the world. She has become a symbol of determination and resilience, while Nanuk represents the often overlooked wisdom and compassion of animals. Together they showed that survival is not just about strength and endurance, but about the connections we make along the way and the support we receive from those who walk beside us, whether they have 2 legs or 4. As Amelia continued to share her story, she found herself reflecting more deeply on the impact Nanuk had on her life. The bond they formed in those harrowing hours on Crow Pass became a source of strength and inspiration for her as she moved forward. Whenever she faced challenges or moments of doubt, Amelia would think of Nanuk and the way he had appeared in her life when she needed him most. This reflection became a powerful reminder that even in the darkest times, there is always hope and the possibility of unexpected help. In the years following her rescue, Amelia became an advocate for both the deaf community and for animal rescue organizations. She spoke at events and in interviews about the importance of preparedness, the value of independence, and the incredible role that animals can play in our lives. Her story served as a bridge between communities, raising awareness and fostering a greater understanding of the unique challenges faced by deaf individuals in outdoor adventures. Through her advocacy, Amelia ensured that Nanuk's legacy would not just be one of heroism, but also one of connection and compassion across different walks of life. As time passed, Amelia's bond with Nanuk continued to inspire her in ways she hadn't anticipated. She decided to pursue a career that combined her love of the outdoors with her passion for helping others, becoming an advocate for accessible adventure travel. Amelia began working with organizations to develop resources and programs for people with disabilities who wanted to explore the wilderness. She often cited her experience with Nanuk as a turning point in her life, a moment that taught her the importance of resilience, adaptability, and the incredible impact that one loyal companion can have on the course of our lives. Through her work, Amelia hoped to ensure that everyone, regardless of their abilities, could experience the beauty and transformative power of nature, just as she had with Nanuk by her side.